Hello and welcome again to Steve's Long Stream Workshop, where equipment comes to looped out for various reasons, mostly because it's been looped out elsewhere, and it comes up here when it's become a bit of a mess, and I'll be given to me or whatever. Basically, anything like that comes here and I sort it out one way or the other, if I can. Because there's one thing down here which is causing me a few problems right now. I'll come to it as soon as certain things arrive to the post and I fit them and I'll fix it. But anyway, Andy at Vintage Electronics Repair gave me this. It started out as a Wally Vehicle Null Indicator, which I think he was trying to change into a signal tracer. It's got the speaker and everything else, so we don't know really. We don't know what it is or what it's meant to do. So with it switched on, let's see what it has to say for itself. That's full, so I noticed that is full, so here make 4 is full. And there's some AC hum there, along with crackle on the volume control. So it's doing something. I don't know what, but it's doing something. So let's go inside. Let's have a little look and see what it is. And of course, it's not doing and what it's meant to be doing. I don't know where we're going to start with this, because I've never seen one of these before, and same time, I want to know what Andy was trying to do with it, basically. Like I said, I think he was trying to make it into a signal generator or a signal tracer, so I think I will go along with that, because I feel that it's something which maybe we should need. I think with the signal tracer, actually, the old adage of pair doesn't exactly go on its head, but this is another tool in the arsenal, as it were. So we again we look and we think. It's nicely done, actually. This. I don't know quite what it's meant to be and what it's meant to do. Obviously, the tuning cat's been changed. That looks like a dial there. And looking under here, there's a number of parts which have been changed as well. So I don't know what this is meant to be, what it's meant to be doing. I really don't. It doesn't seem to be anywhere. We must have plug in a probe, so that in itself suggests that something is, shall we say, off. So somebody knows what this is meant to be, then of course I'd be interested. I noticed that volume control has got that on it, which is being cut off there. That might be where you put the probe. I don't know. But I think the first thing we need to worry about is that hum, because I don't think that is quite right. So on with the unit like that. Okay, and let's have a look around and see what. Yeah, that is it. I'm not convinced about that. I really am not. So we'll start. We know that the HT is okay. We know that the LT is okay because the back valves are working. Therefore, both are okay. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look around the thing, shall we? So, what has it got to tell us? I'll put a meter so you can see it. Hang on. There we are. First place I'll look is here. nothing. Volts. 20 volts. Let's see how much AC there is on there, shall we? Nothing. And virtually nothing again there. So the power supply side of it is doing something. Maybe even working, I don't know. Yeah. So it's 250 volts DC and well, no AC basically at all. It doesn't turn down with the meter. It does with the volume control though. Now, I'm insisting, I'm wondering here, it's about this valve, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes the ECL 82s and 86s can be, shall we say, interesting on various brands. I don't know what brand it is. Ah! That is way too hot. That is way too hot. I mean, they should run hot, but they shouldn't run that hot. So, plug it back in and see what what stage is here. That was hot, that was way too hot. $2.97, $2.97, okay, fine. And there should also be something on the child side as well, which doesn't appear to be. Right, okay. I'll just take it off again. That hurts actually. That really good. I wonder if that valve's the problem all along. And if it was, it's taken a long time to, actually taken a very long time to switch off actually as well. So the caps are holding power, which is, you know, good for some, but not for others, you know. Anyway, ECL 82. Now, ECL 82, by the way, for those of you who want to know the details, is a triode pentode valve. A triode pentode in the same case. And usually, there is voltages on 3 pins. These are, of course, the anode of the triode, the anode of the pentode, and the control grid of the pentode. The control grid or screen grid of the pentode. I always get mixed up, you know, always do. So, anyway, so if I put it back in again now, like that, it will come up by itself, no doubt. And we'll start with that one. That's okay. That's okay. And there's nothing on that pin at all. Nothing. So why not? Right, yeah. So therefore there's nothing on the child section of that rod, which is still warm actually. That was way too warm, that. I bet that rod is knackered, because pencils get warm, but not that warm. Anyway, I'll do that and we'll let it cool off while I look at that pin which goes down here, and we'll find out where it goes to and why it isn't anything at all on that pin. The too wide it could be here actually, so I'll separate them up and we'll find out. Hang on. I'm not sure which one it is. I've not got a circuit for this at all, so I'm looking completely blind here. Yeah. No, okay, let's have a see. Let's put it back in again, and we'll have a probe under here. There's nothing. There's nothing on that pin at all, is there? Reasons known only to itself. It's there. It's there. It's there. Obviously, that's the rectifier. Okay, that's okay. And so somewhere down here, there's something probably going to open the circuit. Let's have the little pastry cup and look under here, try and get where that line does actually go. That's orange. So it goes, there's something on this panel. It must be. It must be. It must be, mustn't it? Is it there? Is it there? That goes onto there, and that goes onto there. And we'll see what that says. We'll continuity. Nothing, okay. Well, somewhere down here, that should go continuity somewhere. Again, it has to, doesn't it? It has to go somewhere. By law, it has to go somewhere. Where? I don't know. But that line must go somewhere. It goes to there, does it? Just like it. It's gone for the bullshit. Okay, onto there. There is net. Yeah, it's a better capacity. Or at least I can count that, doesn't it? It is, then of course it'll be after I've nothing on it, will it? So yeah. Right. 2.2k I think that is. And change the up to 2.14. And that goes to blue. That goes to blue therefore from there. That goes onto there like that. And like that. It goes onto there. That goes onto negative again, and it goes to blue. And where does blue go? To her. That can't be right. That can't be right. That can't be right. I think we might need to draw this out and see what's going on. But if that goes to there, it should do the appear to actually. Yeah, I think that panel better come out. Just a moment, please. Now, when you've not got the information of a unit like this to hand, what you do have is a valve data. This valve, as I said, is a probably long dead ECL82. But here, of course, under here, I can, with the information online, work out what is where. Pin 1 is the goes to this control here, and I can actually, as you can see there, vary it. Yeah, that's where the input comes into it. Okay, choose control here, and there's a thing being cut off here, so that's that I'll have to put back on. Okay, that's one thing. Right. Okay. Now from there, now pin 2, yeah, pin 2 is the cathode and G3 of the pentode section, which goes to deck to this resistor here and this capacitor, which is there, which as you can see is about that's about right. It's a little bit high, but that's okay. G1 of course is the grid of the pentode, which is in pin 3, which goes to a capacitor, is this one here, and then of course it goes, and it should of course come off the anode of the pentode section. Okay, no, so that should, no, that is the, should come off the anode of the triode section. Yeah. Now the anode of the triode section appears to go through a QK resistor to deck, and there's nothing on it at all. I'll show you. Even with the valve out, if I plug it in like that, pin 6 is the anode of the triode section, which is here. And that's okay. That's okay. All the pentode goes to deck, but no valving. But this one here, this triode, should have a voltage on it, which, as I've said, it's not doing. And the way it seems to go actually to somewhere it shouldn't. Why that is, I do not know yet, but I intend to find out pretty quickly, because this could be the problem. There must be voltages on the anode of the child section of this valve. There must be, but there isn't. Indeed, going through a 2.2 k resistor deck is not it's not really what it should do. But as you can see, make it film in now. There you go. It did that way. You know it doesn't do that. Okay, well try there. That's Earth. Okay. So from there now to there shouldn't be anything at all. But here there is. Oh, there was just now. This thing is making a fool of me, obviously, but there should be something on that pin, and there's not. And so the next question to ask is, why not? And of course, the capacitor has been changed. I'll check that again. But there's something wrong here. It has to be. I'll go through and check every component, but they're okay. This one and that should be okay. Again, I'll check. 6, 8, what's yellow? 680K, I think that should be, if memory serves me correctly, which it doesn't sometimes. Like this time. 6, 8, 4, 6, 8, 0, 0, 0, 0. That should be, that would be something like 68. So that's not looking like where it should be either. But from there also, that down there, and there should be voltage there as well. And I don't think there is. I'll just check and make sure very quickly. Because it's got a metal rectifier, by the way, I can do these things a lot quicker than I would normally. I have to wait for rectifier to warm up, but it's there. It's there, but it's not there. Okay, right. These two have been changed. I don't know what that'll be. This one is 2.2K. Let's go back to that scale. Thank you very much. It is, yeah, thereabouts. This should be a lot. Around 1, 0, but could be about a meg, that shouldn't it, Brenda? That should be about a meg, and it's not showing that at all, is it? That's all. Doing nothing, that. And this one should be 270K, I think that is. That isn't showing either. Is meter alright? Because that should be 270K, and it's certainly gone high. So a few of these digits needs to be checked as well. So this little board has to come off, and the first thing I'm going to look at is why there's no volts on the child section of pin 9 of this, which means that this is probably toast. The problem was easily found. It was a short circuit. It shouldn't have been a short circuit on that board behind it. I found it without taking the board off, actually, because it was on top. So with that out of the way now, this valve, I'm going to try it. If it's okay, then I'll leave it. But I'm not entirely happy with this valve because, of course, it's been run with the anode of the triode going to do a 2K resistor, which is not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. So now, if we plug it back in like that, and wait for it to warm up, and see what happens when we start here. Right, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so that the hum might be from that valve. I don't know. I will try another one at some point to make sure. But now, for the moment, that side of it appears to be okay. So I'm going to leave that and I'm going to leave it for now. Magic Eye, by the way, is always centered. I don't know why. Doesn't really matter, but have a look and find out. These, of course, EM8. I think it's an EM84. I can't tell if it's rubbed off, but I'm sure it is that. Maybe where I put a upload noise through here. It might actually be persuaded to part and do something useful. EM84s, by the way, have a triode in them as well, so they also have certain things that go wrong with them. The resistor on the base is okay, we know that, and so now I'm going to look for the something to put in here and see if it comes out the speaker. If it does, then we're partway home. Right, I put a new valve in actually, in Mullard rather than one that was in there. And what happens now, first of all, I've disconnected the Magic Eye for now because it appears to be connected so as to be on but not do anything, which is bizarre, quite frankly. But now, there you go. So this switch is not here now. There is that, and this, of course, is the speaker. So basically, it's on its way to becoming a signal tracer, which is what I really want. And the Magic Eye, by the way, I'm going to make that into well, a Magic Eye in the proper sense. It appears to have everything connected to 250 volts. Now, where that's intentionally, what I don't know, but seems to have stopped working all of a sudden. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wire it so that it takes a feed from here on the input like that, and then I hope we will be able to use it as a visual interpretation of what the probe is seeing. The probe, by the way, I'm going to get a pen or something, one with and put a switch in the side of it, and so it'll work either as AF or IF stroke RF. I've got the hum down to a more manageable level, apart from the hum from the end here. That's this here, where the probe is going to go. And I've also rejigged the Magic Eye. I've rejigged it so that it comes to life and shows something when there's something on the end of here. So now if I was to switch it on, like so, and wait for it to come up, always check, a bit like a kettlebell, isn't it? See, now you see it, it's come up like you see now, and as soon as I do that, Magic Eye is now there, you see. Can you see that on camera? is showing what comes in from my fingers. Now, the only thing with magic cards, and this is common to them all, by the way, is that over time, this resistor on the back here, that's this one here, goes up in value, and when it does, the striped ends get further back and eventually disappear completely. And so this resistor here needs to be changed. Now in this case, it is actually at 470k, but measure it now like that from there to there, either side of it. It's rather more. You see? And so now we see in the meter there, it's rather more than it should be. Oh, would be if I had the meter right. Yeah, it's gone up over 100k. So that resistor's got to be changed as well. Then of course, matter of putting a probe at the end of here and bring it back together. And then of course, we use it on a radio to see what it actually does, if it needs any more work doing to it, which I very much doubt actually. There's still a bit of hum on it, but not as much as there was, and it does seem to be moderately okay with itself in its own familiar way. Like I said, that resistor needs changing, and then of course I'll put a probe on the end and we'll take it from there. A probe, by the way, is nothing more than a capacitor and a diode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build it in something like that, a pen. So you know, it's just, you know, like that. So it's going to be Earth, the chassis of the radio, and the point of the pen will be a probe. Now at this stage now, the unit is back together. I've changed the resistor on the output stage, on Magic Eye. It's brought that up a bit, and it now actually operates the other way around. So it doesn't go for a dip; it goes for a peak. So that is different because I just wanted it that way. It didn't really matter, but Magic Eye is basically a green light ourselves. So you know, I'm not too fussed with it, but seeing it was there, I wanted to do something. But switch it on now and let it warm up. The capacity, the background hum on it is a bit loud, but that's the way it is. So do a bit there. Now if I go there, now with the diode on the end, it's different, and it's different because a diode is like a one-way street for electricity. For people who don't know, basically what happens is it will go one way but not the other. So that end of the diode, you know, the end that's linked to the unit, that is generating full AC from me, and that side is only getting half, so it's lower. But that means actually that it will in fact now demodulate any signals that are fed to it. So with that reason, I think it's time now to get a radio and try it. Right, well here we are with the unit on the bench here, switched on and working. I've got the earth of the set and the earth of the unit are linked together by the probe here, and therefore we're going to the set now, and
but the fundamentals remain the same.
that's volume control, and that's the other side of the dial.
You see, it's time for the UK.
And goes for the back, but this is a very cheap radio, and I think it probably needs more amplification here. But this is a, you know,
14 or under now.
That's the radio, and there it is.
But could it happen here in the UK? Why not?
Right there. through the diode, of course. The diode, of course, is one that will make IF or RF into AF, so that's what it's doing there. So I said, with the diode in place, actually, AF won't sound all that bad. The reason for that is, of course, like I said before, because this diode is in fact all taken off half a cycle. But there you are. So now, probe for this, and we're all set. So it's done. Apart from that, I'll probably get a pen and make that into a probe for that. But in the meantime, this particular piece of equipment is ready for use. So until then, oh, by the way, these radios, by the way, it's a funny thing. Flat battery one of these, leave it plugged into mains.
Documents released today after all these years.
And they do come up. So we're thinking about that. I've got a lot of the old sets from that era did that actually. It's not something I recommend anyone do, but it's something we're thinking about. But anyway, put this thing back together, and at some point we'll fix it. But in the meantime, this is it. And so until next time, that goes out of the way. And this goes to the front here like that. And there you are. It used to be a visual null indicator. Now it is a signal tracer. So until next time, from Steve at Steve's Longstay Workshop. Put my thingies back on. With one hand. There you are. So for next time, till next time, and next year actually, goodbye, have a good Christmas, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye, and take care. And over Christmas, don't forget, there's still radios to be fixed. Bye bye.